Yo, let me tell you about the time I first got into it in jail. So, in the dayroom, right? The TV was mounted way up high on the wall. The remote was needed to change channels, and the only ones who controlled it were the officers on shift, or the inmate who held the most influence. In my unit, that dude was not big or even in a gang. He just had seniority, been there the longest. This guy would stack like 5, sometimes 10 chairs right in front of the TV, so he was eye level with the screen. I remember seeing him just lounging there, leg kicked up over the armrest, remote tucked in his pocket like he was in his own living room. Everyone else who didn't want problems just stood around, straining their necks just to see whatever he felt like watching. We're all looking up, uncomfortable, while he's sitting on his throne of chairs. Every time he'd flip the channel right in the middle of his show, I'd think about saying something, but I was new, just trying to do my time and get back to my family. I kept telling myself, it ain't my problem. I'm only here for a little bit. So I just kept my mouth shut. Then one day, everything changed. I had just gotten back from court. I walk into the day room, and same old story. Homeboy is on his stack of chairs, hogging everything. Like everyone else, I'm standing around, waiting for a seat to free up. As I'm standing there, my head is spinning from what happened in court. The DA offered me a plea deal, 10 to 20 years or I go to trial. Before that, in my young, dumb mind, I really thought I was going home in a few months. That's when it hit me I wasn't going anywhere anytime soon. My sadness turned into straight up anger. And right then, he changes the channel again. That was it. I made up my mind. I wasn't just gonna say something. I was gonna do something. I kept thinking, I'm already in jail. What more can they do to me? Yeah, I was the smallest, youngest, skinniest kid in there. But I felt like I had to stand up for all the other guys who just stood every single day. My heart was pounding, butterflies in my stomach, but I was ready to do what everyone else was too scared to. I can still hear the click of that remote button like it was yesterday. Click. A chair became available. I grabbed the back of the chair with both hands, lifted it high over my head, and with everything I had, I threw it at him. I missed his head, but the chair slammed into his shoulder. He jumped down from his stack, looking just as shocked as I was. He charged at me, and I used the same chair to keep him back, pointing the legs at him so he couldn't get close enough to punch. But he was bigger, stronger, and eventually he knocked the chair out of my hands. Suddenly, the whole day room was around us, a big circle. I felt hands on my back, pushing me into the fight. This dude started throwing punches like he was a pro boxer. I was just the skinny kid, desperately trying to grab his arms as he swung, and he was tossing me around like I was nothing. Honestly, it probably looked worse than it was. I took a few good hits, but the adrenaline was pumping so hard I barely felt them. After what felt like forever, the CO finally ran in. Man, I was so relieved. I was exhausted, felt like I had no fight left in me. I just wanted it to be over. The CO broke us up, cuffed us both, and took us to solitary confinement. The funny thing is, I don't think I landed a single punch. I didn't hurt the guy at all, but in my head, it was a win, especially since I wasn't seriously hurt. As they were walking me out, I saw other inmates giving me these little head nods. It was like a sign of respect, of approval for what I did. I felt proud for standing up when nobody else would, but fear set in quickly. I realized what came next. There was no avoiding it now, it was the moment to face consequences. Thanks for listening to my story. Make sure you follow for more.